Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about my top 5 tinted balms, and technically there is a 6th formula included in here, but it's a clear balm and I love it so much I thought I would mention it anyways. This is a K-Beauty and non-K-Beauty compilation, including Summer Fridays all the way to Colorgram. I have a lot of tinted balms and I figured I would just tell you my top 5 formulations. That clear balm I mentioned is this new texture bouncy lip treatment. This originally came on a keychain, but my dad accidentally pulled too hard on it while it was on my purse and it broke off of the keychain. I'm still trying to manually focus my videos, but I'm not sure how much I like it. I think I might go back to the autofocus even though that was also a problem. But yeah, you can see where this was originally supposed to be attached to a keychain. This one has an interesting metal applicator that I find works really well for that super cooling sensation, and it's also a minty formula, so if you don't like that, stay away from this one, but I really like it, especially for the summer. I feel like it's just really refreshing, and I love that this one is clear because I can put it on top of other stains and that type of thing, and you can see that I've actually used a lot of this up. As of now, I've actually used most of this up, so you'll see it in an empties video soon. And of course, I had to mention the Clio Crystal Glam Balm, even though there's really only one of these that I actively use the most and have used up a tube and bought another one. But overall, I do think this is a good formula. The one that I've used the most, as you can tell from the tube, is 01 Honey Peach. And I just love this color as a base for other lip products, particularly if I have a stain that's a bit of a statement color and I want to tone it down a little bit, or if I just want to have a little bit more of a no makeup day, this is a gorgeous option. Now that it is summer, I do have to be careful with this because it's a super melty formula, so if you let it get too hot in your bag and you try to apply it to your mouth, it can get a little goopy, so just be aware of that going in if you are planning on buying this product, but honestly, it's so worth it. That color is really unbeatable. It's a super neutral tone that I think would look super pretty on a lot of people. The next one that I have is Honey Apple, and this one's a lot more pigmented. This is one of those statement colors that I mentioned earlier that I would use in the center of my lips, just so that it's not a super red lip. But quite literally, as the name suggests, this one gives you this Snow White lip look. If I really want to make a statement with my lip, this one is a gorgeous color. And surprisingly, it doesn't run outside the lines the way you think it might. Now we are going in order from least to most pigmented, with that Honey Apple one being the exception, but this next pick is not a K-Beauty pick. This one is from Summer Fridays, specifically in the shade Vanilla Beige. I've already run through a tube of this and this is my second one, and I'm well on my way to finishing this one as well. This Vanilla Beige shade is really unique and not something that I see among K-Beauty brands. It's a super cool toned brown, and it comes off really neutral on my lips because I have quite pigmented pink lips, so this kind of helps to tone it down. If I don't want my lips to be the center of the look, this is the shade that I go for. Unfortunately, this formula does separate in the heat, and it's the middle of summer for me, so I do kind of have to shake it around and just accept the fact that a little bit of the clear gloss is going to come through before the pigment actually comes out. That being said, with a name like Vanilla Beige, you'd probably expect a gorgeous scent and you will not be disappointed. I know I joke about eating lip balm because of the amount of lip balm that I actually go through in a year, but seriously, if I could drink this out of the tube without risking food poisoning or stomach upset, I would. This is an absolutely delicious scent. The next fave is this teeny tiny little pot from Colorgram, and this is a tinted balm that comes in a pot, which isn't my favorite format because now that I have my nail extensions back on, I actually won't be able to get into this without digging into it. In case you missed my last video, this is all pre-filmed content, so my nails no longer look like this, thankfully. But when I had short nails, I used this all the time, as you can see. It's a deep berry colored balm, and despite the fact that it is more of a runny formula, the color doesn't go outside the lip lines because this almost kind of sets down once you put it on, which is not something you would think that would be comfortable in a balm formula, but for this color, I actually think it's perfect. And I can't speak for the other colors in this line since I only have this one, but I think that this sheer layerable formula is perfect for this color because it's so deep. If it came out of the pot super pigmented off the bat, I think that this might be really hard to use. But this formula is light and comfortable and all around just a really gorgeous formulation for a pretty inexpensive price point. It's a little fiddly, but I do like that you can put it into a keychain too to carry around on the outside of your bag. The next brand that I wanted to mention in terms of tinted lip balms is Rhode, and I'm sure everybody and their mother has heard of this, but in particular the cinnamon bun one, I think it's called cinnamon bun, cinnamon roll, sorry, is my favorite. And I hate to mention this because I know it was limited edition and not a lot of people could get a hold of it, but it's this super deep kind of mocha color that, again, because I have such pigmented lips, looks really pretty. You can see that I'm really having to squeeze the tube because mine is running on empty, and to this day I still haven't managed to finish it because I'm trying to savor it, but I absolutely love this. And this is the only one in the line, I think, that has actual glitters in it, but they're not big chunky glitters that you can feel on the lips. I really don't like when balms have a glitter that you can feel because it almost feels like putting an exfoliating mask on, which is not supposed to be the point of the balm. You can see that this one almost looks blackened. And again, you'd think that that wouldn't be that flattering on the lips, but if you have super dark pigmented lips like mine, I think you might really like a color like this one. This formulation is on the more pigmented side as far as tinted lip balms go, but it's still not super crazy. This one is Ribbon, which I think is perfect, again, for that sort of no makeup look, because it just gives a little hint of pink without being a pink lipstick. I think a pink lipstick in this shade on me would look absolutely crazy, but Ribbon is gorgeous. And I think this is one of those shades that, again, would be flattering on a lot of people. And don't worry, Ribbon is one of the permanent shades in the line, so you'll be able to get this no matter when you try to purchase it. Unfortunately, Rhode was just recently bought out by e.l.f., in case you didn't know that, so I really hope that they don't change the formula on these. It's really moisturizing, really comfortable, and I can wear it all day without a problem. So if they change the formula on these, I'll be really, really disappointed. Last but not least, we have the shade Espresso. And if we're talking blackened lip balms, this is the go-to shade. Again, this might not be a color for everyone, but if you have a darker skin tone or more pigmented lips, I think this one is awesome and super unique. I can't say that I've run into another color like this one, particularly in the K-beauty world. But if you do have a recommendation, drop it down below. I'm always down to try it. The other thing that I really like about these balms is that they're a non-staining formula, which means that if I want to change my lip color in the middle of the day just for fun, I can. And again, you can see that these are relatively sheer, but you can also build up the color to your liking. But I think the point of them is that they're sheer. So I really like to use these even on no makeup days or no makeup days at all. Last but not least, for the tinted balm category, we have these ones from Amuse, and these are honestly completely different from any of the other ones. They call themselves a tinted balm, but I'm honestly tempted to call this more of a lipstick or a stain in a stick. It's a little hard to describe this formula unless you've actually tried it before, but this is the Amuse Fondue Balm. This is also a minty formula, surprisingly, so if you don't like that feeling, stay far, far away. But I have 3 shades in this. 2 of them were Zhang Wenyan's pick from the line. She is currently the ambassador for Amuse. And then the third was just one that I thought I would like. Now, as I said, calling these a tinted lip balm is a little bold, or maybe a lot bold, because these have some serious pigment out of the tube. And they also leave a stain. So here's the first shade, and as you can see, it's nothing like what you would expect from the outside of the tube. It does kind of have that Cleo Crystal Glam Balm melty type formula, and it's kind of the same pigment level as Honey Apple as compared to Honey Peach. Thankfully with these, the formula does have enough beef to it that it doesn't run outside of your lip lines, because again, I think if these ran out of your lip lines, they'd be absolutely chaotic, but thankfully these do stay, and they're really glossy, which is something that I can appreciate, especially because of the pigment level in these. And I can totally appreciate that these come in a tube instead of a regular lip tint format with a doe foot applicator, because sometimes those just feel too fiddly to reapply on the go, whereas these, I feel like I can just kind of slap them on and go. As you can see, these three colors are very classic K-beauty formulas that I think are really trending this summer, and I absolutely love them. I get a lot of wear out of them, which you can't tell from the tubes because they're so densely pigmented that it doesn't need a lot to get the job done. But to me, these are kind of unique in the K-beauty world. I don't see a lot of formulations like this. Okay, that was supposed to be the stain swatch, but you really can't see it on camera for some reason. I swear these do actually stain in real life. So that's everything. What do you guys think? What's your favorite tinted lip balm? I have a million, but I'm always willing to try more. I just think tinted lip balms are one of the most practical forms of makeup, and I clearly wear mine all the time. They're one of my most used products, and you see them a lot in my empties. Thank you guys for being patient with me, even though my releases have been a little late, and thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next week. Bye guys.